Cultivating a habit of gratitude is something that many of us are working on as adults. But Dr. Ashley Stevens is here from Cabell County Schools to share how it may be an even more important skill for the kids. I love this idea.
Me too. I think it's important to, kind of be intentional about that.
Right, year-round. So now this month's Family Adventure Box centers around gratitude. So talk about why this is important and something to do with families.
Absolutely. Families are the keepers and the people who pass on the culture.
Yeah.
For kids. And so our kids learn a lot about their dispositions, a lot about the world around them and how they perceive it based on the models that they see out of, their parents and their neighbors and that kind of stuff. And we know that, everybody knows somebody who is always finding the ugly things or always finding the tough
Very
stuff.
Negative.
And so we know if we model looking for things to be grateful for, that has benefits not only for us in the temporary, but for how we're modeling, receiving the things from the world for our kids long term. They're little enough that they're making those decisions. Even our older kids, they're still developing how they perceive their role here and what kind of world have we offered to them. And so if we can help them find the good by being intentional and having those conversations now, that will carry them into adulthood in a way that a lot of our activities maybe don't. But this one can have some long-term effects.
Yeah, it sounds like there are a lot of benefits there. What do you think we can do as a family to kind of integrate gratitude into our daily practices in our lives?
Absolutely. So being intentional and looking for something that is good. You find what you look for.
Right.
If you can't find it, taking opportunities to create it. So if there is literally nothing good in my day, some days it feels that way.
We all have days like that, yeah.
Then what can I do to make sure that there's something good in your day or something good in somebody else's day? And so being very intentional in terms of what we look for, in terms of what we speak about. Are we talking about the things that are good, or are we talking about the things that are, difficult? And that's not to color everything is sunshine and rainbows, but just to be intentional about where we place our focus. And so I've got some tips for you for the family guide. Looking at your day through a lens of gratitude. So if you challenge yourself, like, today I need to find something. Like, I know it's going to be a rough day, but I need to find something to be grateful for. Also the option of sharing that, whether it's in a gratitude journal where you kind of keep it over time, whether you're sharing around the table, at the end of the day when you're back together, or if you are using, your social media platforms or your conversations with your friends to talk about something that you experienced that would make you grateful. And also being the reason that somebody else is. It doesn't even have to be a person. It can also be an organization or a group. We're entering, we're leaving the time where we talk about gratitude, but we are entering into a time where there are lots of opportunities to help those around us. And it's one of the kind of hallmarks of, of our community is that everybody is so quick to pitch in. And so finding those opportunities is a really great way to make sure that somebody else has something to be thankful for. And while that helps them, ultimately it also helps the giver and the people who are part of that. The science is also really good on gratitude. So I nerded out as I got ready for this. You guys are welcome to join me. I have linked the research, but it talks about how kids really have different outlooks on things. Gratitude is called the mother of all virtues, evidently, and we can appreciate all of them because we have this disposition. And so it can increase physical and psychological health. It can decrease materialism, which is something I think this time of year always makes us a little bit more aware of, and even have impacts in terms of your perception of your quality of life. It doesn't change your quality of life. It changes your perception of your quality of life. So in terms of satisfaction, if you have kids who feel like nothing's ever enough, or there is an empty hole we're trying to fill of things that make us happy and entertained, this might be something that would be a good approach that seems a little counterintuitive.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so this brings us to our family adventure box. So how in the world do you include gratitude on an adventure?
What kind of gratitude adventure is there? I feel like as families, we just have to be great marketers. Like, if you can pitch it right and you can get kids excited about it, it will all work. So I've got one for you.
Ooh, good. I always love when you bring these in because it's so fun to get a surprise. Okay, it says, let's go on an adventure. Our top secret challenge, do something kind for someone in our family without getting caught. That sounds fun.
And if it's gonna be sneaky, it's already cooler than if it weren't.
It is. You definitely got it on that one with kids. That is a great idea. So now, if families think, okay, I love how you always have these, ready at the get-go for them. Is there a place they can go, maybe to the school site, and be able to get these themselves?
Absolutely. They can download all of them on our Family Academy site. When you go to cabellschools.com, you're going to look for Families and then Family Academy, and they're in there kind of month by month. You can download not only the one that you use for your kids, but also the Top Secret Parent Guide, where it has all of the information to choose from. So this time it had some clues. Sometimes it has links, but it is what families need so that they can plan whichever kind of event that they would like to have.
Well, I love this. Regardless of how old you are, have a challenge to do something nice for someone without getting caught. I think we all should be working on that goal.
Absolutely.
Great talking with you.
You too.